Hello, superfans, and welcome to Alberta Interviews. Today, Danielle Smith was asked how she felt about Mark Carney mocking her yesterday while he was on the campaign trail. And if you missed it, here it is. Watch this.
We're fighting the Americans in the pocketbook. We have retaliatory tariffs on them. We just hit them again in the auto sector. We're fighting them on Fox News, which is what they understand. We're sending Doug Ford onto Fox News to show them that we're not messing around up here. And we're going to send Danielle next. Maybe we won't send her. We're going to send Danielle. No, maybe we won't.
For all of you out there that are wondering, who was actually supporting Mark Carney? It just come out today. Crazy news, but not so crazy. We all knew this already. China is interfering in this election, and they are helping Mark Carney out. Now, who are all these people right here? These are the most privileged people in Canada. These are the ones that are clutching their pearls and holding on to their retirement and all of their bazillion dollars in investment funds in Brookfield. These are all Canada's elites, and they are supporting Mark Carney. So you can just imagine how much tampering is going on in our election right now. A lot. Here is Danielle Smith kicking Mark Carney in the junk. Check this out.
Open.
Good afternoon, Premier and Minister, and of course to Dr. Eagle, who I've known for many, many years. How do you feel about being mocked by the Prime Minister of Canada and Liberal leaders, which he did, I believe, in Victoria, bringing your name up and the name of Premier Ford, but more so yourself, and making you the butt of jokes during the campaign?
Well, I've noticed this with progressive men, how much they talk about how much they support women until they meet a strong conservative woman. And so this is a pretty consistent type of approach that I've seen, not only from the current Prime Minister, but the former one as well. And the attitude is, sit down and shut up. Well, I don't shut up. I make sure that Albertans know exactly how I feel about issues, and I'm going to continue advocating on behalf of my province, whether he likes it or not.
They are the ruling class. They are the ruling class. They look at us as peasants and beneath them, which is why they are laughing at his ridiculous jokes, mocking the premiers of Canada, of the provinces. And he thinks that he's going to unite Canada? We don't like him. Nobody likes him. He's an imposter. And now we know that he is supported by China. Here is the legendary Larry Brock. Beijing is once again interfering in our election, this time to help Mark Carney. A former diplomat says he is compromised and financially tied to the PRC, the People's Republic of China. The CCP is amplifying his message because they know Carney will never put Canada first. They will not. China actively promoting Carney Liberal campaign. Election watchdog. This was today. The Chinese operation meant to influence Canadian Chinese communities and mold perceptions about Carney, a site task force member said earlier today. Now, Trudeau Media Corp. Check this out. Reading this headline and article, you would never know that the targeting of Mark Carney by Chinese state actors was in his favor. Look at this. She be he radio. Security officials report a Beijing-linked online operation is targeting Carney. They word it this way so you think that they're targeting him negatively, but it's false. They're actually helping him. Liberal leader targeted by popular Chinese news account on WeChat. It's absolutely disgusting. How bad? Trudeau Media Corp, Red Star Media in Canada is influencing an unsuspecting public. It's election interference is what they're doing. Check this out. COVID-19 rules barring protests in 2021 were unconstitutional. Ontario's top court says. So now we have Canada's top court saying that Emergencies Act were unconstitutional and they broke the charter rights. And now we have the top court in Ontario saying the same thing. And what do you think is going to happen with all of this now? Do you think people are going to be held accountable for it? No. Because Canada is not a serious country. That is why. All the roads lead to Western independence. Now, I want to leave you with this right here. Here is Danielle Smith talking about Western independence.
Thompson, the Star. I have a question on today's topic. It's a second question. The first question is going back to this idea about Western separation. Preston Manning wrote an op-ed last week in the Globe and Mail saying, warning people in the rest of Canada, a vote for Carney's Liberals is a vote for Western secession. Do you see it that way?
I think that there is a lot of frustration on the part of Albertans, and I think you see it. I mean, I'd be blind if I didn't see what is occurring in the media, on social media. I have to acknowledge that there's a lot of unhappiness on the part of Albertans in the way we've been treated by the Liberal government for the past 10 years. And unfortunately for the current Prime Minister, he seems to not be very clear about what it is he's going to do to reset that relationship, because he says different things in different parts of the province, different parts of the country, different things in English and French. And so I'm going to have a 6-month period after the election where I have a number of items that I put on the table early that I think need to be done to address the 10 years of economic devastation that the federal government has caused to our province. And I would hope no matter who wins that we'd be able to correct those things. But I judge people more by their action than by their words. And so I want to be able to see what happens after the next election. And then I'll gauge where Albertans are at that point.
She will wait and then gauge where Albertans are at that point. Now, having said that, we have independence rallies in Edmonton. And of course, coming up soon, Marty Up North, I believe, is the MC for that. And Pierre Poilievre and Stephen Harper are in Edmonton tonight. With just another, I call them hanger bangers. Another hanger banger rally is going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. All the roads lead to Western independence. The systemic corruption in Canada is way too deep. The federal government needs to be dissolved. Complete reform. Best case scenario for Canada to get through the devastation of our middle class, to pick up the pieces, is provincial independence, kind of forming some sort of economic union, and all of us working together without the federal government. That, if you believe in the Canada dream, that would be the best case scenario for the Canada dream. But I don't care about that. Western independence all the way. 51st state would be the easiest. If people are up for a little bit of hardship, the other scenario is a unity between Alberta, Saskatchewan, form a country, run a different type of currency, maybe the US dollar, whatever we want, and do it that way. Either way, we don't need the federal government. All roads lead to independence. They really do. Everybody should be charting their own path, the captain of their own ship. Plan your own future. Now is the time. There will never, ever, ever be an opportunity like the one we're seeing right now, because things are changing. So you might as well change them in your favor. I will keep you updated with as much as I can when I can. I'm gonna post a video, of course, later on today or tomorrow morning, about Pierre Poilievre and how his rally went. Follow me on Substack, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.